Being Delulu is the Solulu. Like, we
gotta put that up like behind the rainbow.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it in post.
Delulu is the Solulu. No,
that's
for
crazy.
real. You have to be delusional. I feel like in anything in life, you just have to be delusional.
Everything seems so complete. A burning fire in my chest, wanting to love and caress, but there is nothing, and I'm loving nothing. I love nothing.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the smartest guys in the room. New episode, new season. I'm your boy Jeff.
I'm Big Just.
And today we have a very special guest near and dear to a lot of the stuff that I believe in. The stewardess for Uptown, putting on for Uptown in the most graceful way possible. Welcome to the pod, Paulie Mars.
Insert clap.
Insert clap. You do the manual way.
Yeah. Paulie, welcome. There's usually three of us. Our third, he's currently getting a BBL, so he could not be here today.
Big juicy butt.
Oscar, send me the details.
Nah, but thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
No, for sure.
We're Uptown, because this is a cool...
We're at the Chop House. MRFU is a community outpost, I would call it at this point. It's not just a brand. A lot of people congregate here, not just for the fashion, but like literally to build the Viernes Sociales, where every Friday during the summertime, folks are here, like networking. It's very much what you do, just in a different fashion, for sure.
Yeah. No, I love cultivating community, and I feel like, when you're with community, it's like being with family.
Yeah.
And one thing about family is that, they tell you how it is. And I gotta be honest with y'all, but y'all stink. So
yeah. What's up?
we gonna put some of
Let me see.
a little oil on y'all.
Do we have
because I'm starting my own perfume oil line, and it's unisex, and I smell y'all from here. So if I'm gonna sit here for an hour.
So which one is this one?
This one doesn't have a name yet, so y'all my guinea pigs right now.
Oh, all right.
Because we're testing out different scents.
As long as this shit don't turn green, I'm good. I'm good. Nah, this smells wonderful. This
Yeah.
is the same, what's...
I think that's the one that you like.
No name.
No name yet. What would you name it?
I don't even know.
Damn, that's a good one.
How do you
that's a
name
good
smells?
brand
It's like
exercise.
naming colors and shit. Like you just, I
Yeah,
don't know. Like,
but it gotta be something that's like real, like Zoolander-ish. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking like,
Black titanium.
it's something like some shit like that. Fucking reinforced steel. Like some crazy name.
This
but
is crazy. So
it smells really good.
you in the oil game out here making these oils, right? I have so many questions.
In the oil game.
But the first question I have is like, yo, what are you squeezing to get all this oil? Like, where do these oils come from? Like, how does this happen?
Yeah, how do
just
these
in
scents
general?
happen?
So I get my oils I'm getting them from Dubai right now. And so from factories in Dubai. And so what they do is I tell them the notes that I really like jasmine, amber, and then they extract those and put them into different levels.
Vials?
No, into different levels. So you have your top notes, your middle notes, and then your base note. And so that's how, what I love about oils is one, that they're also unisex, but they work like with your pH. And so what may end up happening is that if I put this on myself, which I did,
It's like a different
it
scent.
smells very more feminine. So I'll maybe bring out the top notes more of like that amber, that floral, and
This is
then maybe
great.
you'll bring out, like the oak, the musk,
I love
whatever
this.
whatever the base notes are.
I really love this because, obviously we brought you in for a lot of the work that you do on the content side, and like you're a really awesome creator, but this is like a whole new level, like you're opening up a whole new kind of venture.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
really,
word.
thank you for introducing us to this.
Yeah.
This is like
and that was me just exploring my neighborhood, because there was this Arab store and they sell oils.
I was
nice.
just about to
Okay.
say that.
Yeah.
This is like a low key, like if you live in the hood, there's always like the African joint, or like it's like the really, really compo side of whatever culture you are.
Yeah.
They got like the dipped incense and the oils and all
They
of
got
that
all
stuff.
that, yeah.
And you could just like, for someone like me, like I would never go in there, but it was because like there was never someone like you to introduce me to stuff like this, right? So it's just like fascinating how it's like these things are like such a little gem, but
Yeah.
like it takes that conversation to be like, yo, like I got you with the lavender joint,
Yeah.
right?
I
Like,
really enjoy this, yo.
It's because I'm reckless.
well,
And so like I see something and I'm just like, Ike. So like, what is that? It's okay. Like, I literally walked into a basement one time and found like a whole stack of oils on a wall, like, and it looked like an abandoned building, and I was with my friend, and they're like, do not walk in there, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's for the plot. It's like, who
yeah.
cares? Let's go in there.
You bring up an interesting kind of segue to like that emotion or that kind of attitude is so instrumental in the work that you do, because you have to kind of be a little bit outgoing to try all these different spots and like really put an appropriate spotlight on a lot of the places that you visit. So can you talk a little bit more about how did that come about? Like, were you always like this before, before you got into this was your calling? Like, before you got into it, were you always this inquisitive kind of like curious person?
Yeah, I always was an inquisitive kid, like bad. Like, I remember, oh my God, even as a kid, well, this is my cousin's fault, but you know how...
Blame your cousin, it's fine.
It was like, if you write your desires on a paper and you burn it,
Oh yeah,
it will come true.
You sure you're not?
I had to pay a therapist for that.
Bro, that is a very important
I had to pay a therapist for
really
that. You got
is
that for free. That's crazy.
And we almost burned down my grandma's building,
Bro.
doing that. And I don't even remember what I wrote on any of those papers, but we were just so enamored with the fire. And we were just like that, like running up and down the block. Like, do you remember on Elder Ave, right? There was a toy store do you remember that?
I think that should still probably
Bro,
like a variation of that. Is still.
Maybe.
No, it's not there
Is it
anymore.
under the train?
Yeah, it's under the train.
Yeah, I
It used to
think
be
I
like
know
a toy store there with this Asian man. He had like all the toys,
Yeah,
todo
bro.
juguete.
Yeah.
And we would go in there and buy the firecrackers that pop, and we would throw it at people. Like, we used to get in trouble to like throw it and then throw water out the window, like, and the super new.
Yeah.
Like,
The super new.
the super new. Yo, we used to get in trouble so much to the point that like they banned us from my grandmother's house.
So if you haven't guessed it, Paulie is from the Bronx, bro. Because we real recognize real. Now that you've kind of started doing this, is there something that you learned about yourself that you probably didn't realize before, like as you've kind of gone on these adventures?
Oh, I feel like I'm an introvert extrovert. So like I go on these
Part-time, you like part-time?
Yeah, so like when I have to be an extrovert when I'm going on these adventures, but then when I like, after a while, like the dial starts turning and you're just like,
I need to shut it down.
especially
for a
like
little
after you're eating so much, because I'm also like highlighting food spots as well.
Yeah.
You're just like, okay, I want to go home. Nobody talk to me. Oh my God. Like before, I used to think I was just an introvert, and so by doing this, like by putting myself in front of the camera, I realized like, oh, like this is not bad. Because I used to hate social media. I used to hate being in front of the camera. I'm actually behind the camera on my day-to-day job as a film producer, and so life stuff happened, and then I just turned the camera around.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, I can be friendly.
No,
I'm not a bitch all the fucking time. Like, I could chop it up with people. And look, we're chopping it up in the chop house.
Yeah, at the chop house.
Yes. So your day-to-day or your 9-to-5 job, that gave you, would you say that prepared you for like skill-wise for
storytelling wise.
Yeah, okay,
I think it gave me like the tools to be able to tell a story.
Exactly.
So I always like have a beginning, middle, and end. So whenever I'm like eating food or whatever I'm going somewhere, I always have like, all right, what in here inspires me?
Yeah.
And it's always an insult. So
an insult?
Yeah, like I always start my videos, or always try to start my videos with an insult. So which is why I told y'all stink.
Very Bronx, very Bronx.
Ill
Or like,
dirty.
all right, I'll be like, listen,
Ew,
dirt
dirty.
neck, like, and then I'll go into the story, and people like it grabs people.
Yeah,
because I think people just like to hear a nice little story. However,
Yeah.
you get there.
I think, but that's a testament to like the success that you've been having is like the fact that people feel like whole once they like watch the content that you put out. It's like, all right, now I feel like I've been there. I feel like I've had this food, you know, and like, to be honest, you've put me on to spots that like, I'm from a specific part, I'm Southwest Bronx. So like, I'm going north now. I'm like peeping shit up in like Van Cortlandt and like, Pelham, like, but it's thanks to like the type of content that you do. Would you say that starting to do content or beginning that venture was the smartest decision that you ever made, or do you think it was something else like along the way?
I don't know. I feel like time will tell whether I messed up or not. Because like thinking back to college, I'm just like, all right, I wanted to be a lawyer. And then I moved into film because like I didn't want to do homework for the rest of my life. That's what I saw, you know, lawyer, and I'm kidding, being an attorney.
Wait, so
like,
what made you want to be a lawyer? Was it like everyone else, you watched SVU? And
No, it's a sense of justice.
It's a sense of justice,
A sense
yeah.
of justice?
It was just, so like, even just to throw it even further back, when my mom first came to this country, or like to the Bronx, she would do things like lend people money, and then I would be like in the backseat of her car listening to people's problems, and I'm just like, oh my God, shut the hell up, like I want to go home, I want to watch TV. And then I feel like through that I saw her helping people in that way. And so you also see like because as a kid, like even though you're not understanding, you're understanding.
Yeah.
Like you're hearing about rent, you're hearing about job loss.
There's a lot
you're
of ingestion going on. Like,
and I know the Bronx like the back of my hand driving. Like my mom's better at me. Like I could tell her 2 corners and she'll get there like eyes closed. But you see the different neighborhoods, and so you kind of are seeing like that real life effect. And I was like, all right, how do we change this? And slowly, because of shows like that, like what is it?
SVU.
No, what's the Law and Order?
That's SVU.
That's
Criminal
SVU?
Intent.
Oh,
SVU,
criminal.
And then
okay.
there's like plain Law and Order.
Oh, there's
like,
plain
I
Law
feel
and
like
Order?
SVU's the only one that counts.
SVU's lit. That shit's been
Yeah,
around for.
SVU, like the special victims
Yeah.
unit in New York. And
With
and
Icy.
And so when I was like, okay, I can be a lawyer and help people.
Yeah.
And then that was like when I went to college and was going
It was
through,
short-lived.
It was like that, like, haha, bitch. No, you are a cog in the machine. You ain't gonna do shit this way.
Yeah, mostly I stayed away from doctor and lawyerism just because there's extra school. And like I wasn't trying to be in school for 10 more years just to not make, you know, it's like,
There's certain like
just not make a difference.
They're calculated risks for sure.
Yeah.
But Paulie, you kind of talked a little bit. You mentioned your mom a little bit, and I'm always curious to kind of talk to people about like the people that inspire them and that like you know offer true mentorship. Would you like call your mom like the smartest person you know, or like would you like open that up to somebody else, like somebody who really impacted you and like gave you like that light bulb, like yo,
That gave me that light bulb.
now I think differently after like this experience with this person.
Oh my God. Like in terms of influencing me growing up, like yeah, my mom for sure, but I feel like movies raised me.
I feel very similarly to that.
Cause I'm thinking back, cause my mom, she worked a lot of hours. Like she was barely home. Like, and we said this as the youngest kids, your parents like don't care about you anymore after a certain time.
It's like you're set. You're
like
good.
you're set. Like you won't
You'll be
burn.
all right.
You won't burn the house down. And I grew up like, so my favorite movie is Goodfellas.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You know, and I saw that like at what, 10?
I bet
No,
it's
like because it was on VH1. I don't even know how VH1 got.
Bro,
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas on VH1
Yes.
is so
It's the part where Henry is strangling the nigga. It's like not there. It's like not there.
And then they had that thing on repeat, so I would watch it back to back to back, and I'm like, yeah, I want to be like that. Like
Bro,
yeah, like,
the muscles.
is
like
great.
yeah. And then BET also had like all the other movies. Like Vivica Fox taught me about men. I'm not gonna lie.
She had the bangers on. You're not lying, bro. Like that's such a very interesting perspective.
And people always say like, oh, you're so mature for your age, and I feel like it's because I was watching movies that was not PG-13.
It's like real latchkey.
I think
Like-
it's a vital element of childhood that doesn't exist right now. Bro.
Absolutely.
It's like, bro, I was watching fucking Alien and Terminator 2.
Yeah, bro.
Chucky, all the Chuckies, bro. If it was somebody missing an arm, I was definitely watching that movie, bro.
Yeah, right.
And like my parents, well, yeah, both my parents, they just really didn't give a fuck, bro. They're just like, as long as you're right here and I can see you and you're not gonna die, watch what the fuck you wanna watch, bro. You be alright.
I wanted to call back because you mentioned the movie stuff, and like whenever I ask this question a lot to people, but like whenever I sit down and answer it myself, I always say that I'm like a mosaic of like different people, events, you know, media that have like really melded who I have grown up to be. So it's really like comforting to hear like somebody else say very similarly, like, yo, I was raised by a multitude of things, and you know, movies is like especially now, like I'm going back like to watch a ton of movies. Like I'm on my Letterboxd shit, bro. Like I got the reviews going and everything. You know,
Stop, you're that person.
I'm gonna be like Ebert and Roper.
Trash. This camera angle.
Wait,
Why didn't they
so
lick
on
his
that
face?
topic, like, what is your mosaic, right? Like, what are the things that you consume that make you entirely you?
Goodfellas aside.
Goodfellas, aside from Goodfellas.
No, definitely Goodfellas. I like it like that.
Oh wow. That's
had
TDT,
no
bro.
business. That's like beyond my
That's
time.
like 1997.
I know. I was probably not even a thing of my dad's. But it was on HBO. Like I'm telling you, HBO. Oh, you know what? I this was short lived when you had the back button.
Oh yeah, last channel.
On the
hell yeah. I mean, it was short lived to you, but I like it. I had that for my whole life until fucking streaming came out.
Let's switch gears a little bit and like talk about advice. Like we always like to ask, what's like the smartest advice that you think you've ever received throughout your life? When you think back, what comes to mind? What like is there anything?
I ignore people's advice.
Really?
That's my toxic trait.
Maybe not so toxic because you're not the first person that's come here and said has said that.
Yeah.
Well, I ignore everybody's advice. Fuck that.
That's true.
I do my own thing. I might consider what you told me, but
I'll consider it and then like tweak it to me because I feel like that's what advice is like people think you have to take it and it's like no, like you take parts of it or don't.
Yes.
You take what you need and leave what you don't
100%.
want. Which is why I never take anyone's full advice, but like I'll sit on it, think about it, and then like okay. Sometimes I do mess up and I'm like, damn,
Because of that though, like now if somebody like, you know, because the 1B to this is like, what's the smartest advice that you have to give? Like does that taint, like does your perspective on advice then affect like the advice that you give out to people? Like are you hesitant to pass on?
No, I
wisdom
just
and
say
knowledge?
like trust your gut, do what you need to do. Like you're not gonna know your situation better than you.
Yeah.
Like you're living a human life experience, so am I,
Yeah.
and so you need to make choices on that. But I think I would just say like, if anything, just do what you want for the plot. For
Bro,
the
you
plot.
just totally
Yeah.
gave the I'm not your financial advisor answer. Like, this ain't financial advice. You just gave that answer. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's true. But let's talk about like kind of your adventures a little bit more. Like do you remember the first one that you did? Like the very first one that you kind of linked up with, the very first institution or small business? And B, like what has been the most enjoyable experience out of, because you've done a ton of videos and you've amassed a following that that really appreciates like the work that you do. So like going to all these places, what was the first one and what was your most favorite?
My first one was Birria Pizza.
Oh, okay.
And it was in Brooklyn, ill.
It was in Brooklyn, ew.
Yeah. And that one was because my friend posted it and it just looked crazy. It was like a pie of birria and everything. And I was just like, what type of insane monstrosity, diabetes, I want it, no matter like whatever it is this? And so I literally went to Brooklyn, and like filmed that, and then that video como se explotó, like it just went viral, and I was like, oh, okay, people like this crazy stuff. And so I think that was like the first video that like really blew up. And then in terms of my favorite, I don't like that question. Okay. Because I think what I enjoy about all my experiences is, and what I've noticed too is, normally I just go try the food and like just, I don't want to say rate, but I say what I like and what I didn't like based on my taste buds, and like maybe guide
your
someone.
preferences, you know.
Yeah, like if something's too tart, if you like tart stuff. Yeah, that's for you, you know. But I think what I've been enjoying more, because I feel like people are now recognizing me, especially business owners, is getting to know their stories. Yeah. Because like you don't open up a business
like just
unless you're some sort of insane.
Yeah, you gotta be
like you have to be a little bit crazy.
We've talked about this on this,
to
like
be
100%.
And I'm just like, so like, are you okay? Like that's like one of my
open up to me.
Like, are you okay? Are you doing fine? Because this is like a stupid decision that you just made. Like quite honestly, and they're like, yeah, it is a stupid decision. And then it opens up like the floodgates of why they do what they do. And that's what I really enjoy about like creating my content, is just because I'm also making a stupid decision and like exposing, because I also share lifestyle stuff like my life and my adventures. And
but you see, I think that's where I like, someone stupid is someone smart, because I think that's the smartest part about what you do, is that you kind of you don't just go to these spots, but like you get people to get to know you as a person and like, you know, like your experiences like doing mundane shit in your crib, like when you install the bidet, like those videos, like.
Did you get a bidet?
Bro.
I don't have one, but I've seen that. I seen your experience, and I was like, that's fairly easy to do. So
Let me tell you something.
I
work for a Japanese retail company.
Okay.
And the toilet standards for a Japanese retail company. Woo!
I'm still on the wipe. I'm still on the wipe gang, bro.
There's
Oh, you're on the
no
Dookie
such-
gang. Oh my
Bro,
god.
Wet
there's no such
wipe
thing as a
gang?
cold
Come
toilet
on,
seat.
man.
Like
No.
cold? Nah, bro.
But you don't have what? You carry wet wipes with you everywhere you go?
I don't shit in public.
Oh,
First of all, first of all, I don't shit in public. But if I had to, yeah, I'm gonna need some.
Yeah, you
wipes.
see,
Okay,
I
okay,
don't
okay.
carry that
Because some
anymore,
people
so.
don't.
Nah, I gotta-
They're like, oh, just do wet wipes. Oh, so you take it everywhere? And it's just like
Nah.
crickets.
It's an anxiety thing. I gotta be in the crib, bro. Like,
Not me, bro. See, Jeff is scared of public toilets, but public toilets need to be scared of me. That's my shit, right? Like,
Yes.
bro, I'm coming in here, and if your toilet is quivering and cowering, it's not the toilet for me, bro. Like, I'm coming to fuck it up.
that shit when he walks in, that shit flushes.
Bro,
Automatically,
that shit
fuck.
flushes in attention.
Like, oh.
Comandante, bang. No, that's right.
I think you
Flush
can
before I
empty out
get
this
there.
room with just one leg lift.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Rich.
refills.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Rich. One, you kind of touched on it, but like, do people recognize you now, like at this point, or can you still kind of be? Because I feel like this is the challenge with like the work that you do is like once people start recognizing you, your plate is different than the plate that everybody else is gonna get. So do you make it a point to like stay low and like kind of be low key when you cop your things or what?
So anyone that invites me, I don't go.
Okay.
So don't DM me.
Yeah,
So you want the Bernie Madoff joint?
I'm-
You gotta come to me.
You gotta come to me. Like, yeah.
But like
alright,
I get
alright.
so many DMs, like it's crazy. So, but that's why you see me really go to local spots, like really
Yeah.
down to earth, because they're not on their phone, like they're trying to survive.
Yeah.
And so those are the spots that I want to put on.
Yeah. And you serve as like a marketing agency almost for these like places that don't have the resources to like be you know promoting their brand or building their brand online and stuff.
I went to a fruit stand that my mom put me onto. She's like, go over there, and
Go over there.
and I was like, yeah, and I was like, oh, what's the name of your business? And the lady's like, oh, we don't have one.
Frutas.
Fruta aquí en la esquina.
She's like,
Corner
what?
fruit.
She looked at me like I was insane. I posted the video, it blew up, and then now they have Instagram.
I love that.
And like
Yeah.
now they have followers, and and everyone's like, oh my god, I used to go there. Like people, and a lot of these businesses, especially in the Bronx too, like have been there for 20, 30 years.
Long time.
And so like it also like brings people back to nostalgia to when they were in high school, middle school. We were like, oh, they're still there, and they pull up to want to support.
How does that make you feel? Like seeing that you had like a real hand in like not just uplifting like a community member like yourself, but like really like giving a business bump to
I love it.
I mean, it's
It's a big fuck you to gentrification. Like, like they need to make money so they can pay their rent, like so they can stay there, so they don't get pushed out.
Again, to emphasize, you do this. You go to all like you went to the lady in the window that is selling the pastelitos in the window. Like those are spots that are like, bro, like you gotta be from here, son. Like you gotta
live upstairs and be hungry. That's how you know about the spot, bro.
You gotta be from here. So I love that, man. I think it's really really awesome.
Yeah, there's like, bro, I can't tell you how many like people are fucking cutting mangoes with dull machetes for the last 3 years, bro. Like that shit is like all those places are like the gems of the gems.
They are.
And like this is one of the things that like always not confused me, but was always like a crazy narrative was like how like we live in a food desert, because we do live in a food desert, but also we're not really taking advantage of the fruit stands and the like and the veggie
and they
marts.
exist for that reason.
Yeah,
they literally exist for that reason, to bring
they
fruits.
exist for that reason, and then like no one cares, but then you come along and you're like, yo, look at this person existing for that
100%.
reason.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it blows up, but it's like.
And I'm hoping that like even if they don't go to that fruit stand,
They'll go to one.
Go to one,
they see one and be
exactly.
like, oh, this shorty like, whatever.
Fuck it, this look like the same food
Yeah,
stand.
it's like the same mango. Like, all right, let's see. You know, like it inspires them because sometimes, like, all right, if you're uptown, if you're on this side, you're not gonna go all the way there. You're gonna, mami selling mango con, you know, tajín and whatever.
I love that.
Let me try that. So that's what I hope. Like, even if they don't go, it inspires them to go to something similar.
But is there anything that you wish that, like, not just anybody who's aspiring to do similar things, but like anything that you want people to take away from like the experiences that you've had so far?
Take away. Ooh, being the Delulu is the Solulu. Like, you have to be.
That's a bar.
We gotta put that up like behind the rainbow.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna do it in post.
Delulu is the Solulu.
Yo,
No,
that's
for
crazy.
real. You have to be delusional. I feel like in anything in life, you just have to be delusional. Because
nobody's gonna believe in your thing more than you are.
Nobody got your vision except you. That's
no one's gonna walk into a basement. No one's gonna walk up to a window unless you know you.
Yeah.
And I've taken bubble gut risks, and you know,
Bro,
like, but you gotta do it.
I feel like we gotta hang out. Like your energy is me when I was younger. Straight up. So,
He's too old for this now, bro.
now I'm a little too old. I'm a little, you know what I'm saying? I got my red,
But it's great.
my red hairs and shit. But bro, like my whole shit was risk, bro. Like not even like on some like I'm gambling, but like bro, like how I'm gonna make friends if I don't go up to people and smoke with them?
Put yourself
and I don't,
out there.
Like how I'm gonna be your friend if I don't go up to you and ask you what drugs you do? You know what I mean? Like how we gonna be friends? Like you just gotta be out there. Like yo.
Put yourself out there.
I'm so bad too at approaching people, but I love doing it like when food is the medium. Like whatever, the oils are the medium because I feel like it's just I need something. I rely on something.
Here, as a former introverted extrovert, let me tell you something. You gotta work on your icebreakers. Like my whole shit was icebreakers, right? Like it was just like, bro, whatever joke it was, whatever insight, whatever whatever drug I'm doing right now, I'm gonna approach you with that and break the ice. And like it's gonna be awkward or it might not be, but like that's the only way you get shit done. You just pull up and like, yo, fucking. How much does a polar bear weigh? Right?
And that's why I say for the ladies, that's why I say like be delusional because men are the most delusional creatures
I am definitely a fucking
on
delusional
earth.
person.
They
Lululemon.
especially a white man, nothing beats the delusion on a white man. And so if you just have like that delusion paired with that cocky confidence,
The delusion of success
nothing,
is like it's crazy.
nothing will stop you.
You're spot on about this. Like, I think that when we look at like success and failure, it is so much more drastic and so much more like extreme, right? Like our concept of failure is not, and like I hate to like be like generalized, but it's not the same thing as like a random white dude.
It's
like
not.
Yeah.
failure
got
to
more
them
than
is
one
like
chance.
fuck it, I
Yeah.
could like I'll be alright.
bro.
Like like
Tyler
bro,
has more than one chance.
Failure
and
to us?
his bank account is double what we got. And his father's bank account is
that's
triple.
what it is. It's
Yeah,
not his bank.
triple.
It's like, oh, shit,
Exactly.
I'll be alright. Like if anything goes wrong, like dad, mom, whoever got me, and it's
Yeah,
like
son.
again, huge generalization, but like it's more to emphasize the other part of it, which is like the way we look at failing and like what that would mean.
It's all or nothing for
Yeah,
us. That's
it's
what
like,
it is,
and if you fail, how many actual other chances will you get? Because, like, resources are hard to come by. Like, all these things, connections are hard to come by. So, like, a lot of times, bro, we gotta be sharp when we shoot, bro. Like, and I think that it creates like an anxiety, but it also creates a precision. Like, it's like we're measuring 10 times before we cut. Versus like somebody else is going in.
I had an old lawyer. He's Dominican. He was like, I love this Chinese proverb: measure twice, cut once.
right.
And like I still say it
I
to
say that
myself
all
all the time to myself
I use
as
10
well.
times, but I
use 10 times.
all the time. It's like, because for real,
But
like,
that was his thing too, because he's like in a profession where there's not a lot of people that look like him, and so the pressure's always there. And like you said, like for us, it's the pressure's always there. You can't fuck up.
Paulie, so when you like, again, you know the theme of the show. It's all smart, and like you know we try to get like a lot of different perspectives on what that actually means. So when you think of like the word smart or like a smart person, what is that like? What do you feel when you first hear that?
A smart person is a person that knows how to maneuver. I think that's like a really word, like knowing how to maneuver in different situations, in different rooms, like can turn shit to literal gold.
Yeah, bro. That's a fact.
And I think that's what makes a smart person, because I can be anybody. It's not limited by education. It's not limited by, it's just, I feel like by life experience. And it's someone that is always constantly learning.
What's next for Paulie? What do you want to do? What do you aspire to do aside from your?
Oh, okay.
We get again like this oil venture. Like
Yes.
we're excited to see what happens with that and like what you're calling it. Actually,
I know. I'm
This is hold on. I feel like we're breaking like an exclusive here. Like actually,
You are breaking an exclusive.
yeah. Like this is monumental shit. Before you know it, this shit is at Macy's, and you heard about it in the smartest guys in the room first. So like, congratulations first and foremost. They're in order. But like, what's next? Like, what are your aspirations beyond like the content and beyond like
Beyond the content and that?
pie in the sky? Like, talk to me about what you're, like,
Dream with us.
Yeah,
Dream with us.
your manic dreams.
Do that Taylor thing right now.
Tyler? Oh yeah, I am doing the Tyler thing.
We're not gonna answer.
Are you black? Are you like?
Well, technically, so I want to start a docuseries that removes me from the center and just puts the business owners at the forefront. Using like actually bringing the film professionalism and style
Storytelling.
into the content, the type of content I do. That's what I want to do. But I also still want to like do my content and just share more of myself, because right now I love doing like the food and the just things to do is great, but I also do like sharing about myself. I feel like people are able. I've noticed people, like a lot of people connect
They relate,
when I'm
yeah.
being vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like it's cringe. I'm looking at like.
Nah, bro. Like that.
But I find it like it's helpful. Like I like reading the comments. Like same girl. I was talking about being single,
Same girl.
and even the guys. Like they were like, nah, it's okay.
Nah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like yeah, focus on yourself, girl. Like
Exactly. I
they ain't
feel the same
shit
way.
out here.
That's what brings people, but what keeps them is like your actual personality. Like,
Yeah.
there's a ton of.
And I didn't realize that at first. I thought it was just like
no.
the actual like meal.
Nah, bro.
And then people were like, I like you. And I was like,
Yeah,
what?
like, yeah, genuinely, like, you feel like that's the homie that's talking. And
Yeah.
that part of it, you're very authentic. Like you keep the Bronx in you, and like as people. That's why I asked you. I was like, you're definitely from the Bronx, right? Like,
Oh.
but yeah, like that stuff comes across, and like that type of personality aspect is like really the game changer. Because again, you can acknowledge that there's so many people doing like videos on like, oh, I'm gonna go eat here, and it's like, but did you like?
Yeah.
What happened while you were eating?
Yeah.
Tell me about the owner, bro. Like, and you do all this stuff that people are like actually curious about, and then didn't bother to like kind of put together. So, just major props to you on that. And yeah, I think the last question before we go is, what are you actually like? What are you doing right now? Like, not professionally. Like, what are you into right now? Like, is there any hobbies that you got going? Like,
Damn, let me
you
see.
building any like Lego sets and shit? Like, you a nerd? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, word.
Oh my God,
What do you
Lego
do when you're not working?
I'm so I love watching anime, and I'm so
Oh, you got your mans right here.
because my projector work. I don't like TV screens. I think they hurt my eyes. I love
So
using
you're
a
on the projector
projector.
gang?
Yeah, so I'm on
Nice.
the projector gang. Maybe that's why the movies and stuff. But
Yeah.
and I'm like behind on One Piece right now.
I have never watched any One Piece.
I think everybody's behind on One Piece. That's just like
I'm-
30,
That shit's definitely like
30,000
a
years
decade
of
long.
episodes,
I'm like
bro.
3 episodes behind.
Oh, shit.
I spent a whole summer.
Nah, so
'Cause
you
I
watched,
was-
like,
I
all of
watched-
One Piece? Oh my god.
The closest I can get to that is watching all of Naruto. Like that's
Yeah.
fucking lengthy and long, but like
Nah, bro.
yeah.
Like I even have merch. Like I have a.
You got One
that's
Piece
fire.
merch?
I even have like like.
That's fire.
That's how
That's
much.
definitely
Because Luffy's fucking delusional. That man is, I'm telling you, he is delusional. He is like, I'm gonna find, he fights people 10 times akier than him. Like, what? Like, and he don't stop. He passes out and then comes back to life and then like keeps going. And I'm just like, if I had that kind of like resilience just in anything I do,
Yeah.
you know, and some people are like, he just is doing the same thing over and over. Because that's what life is.
Yeah, really.
Over and
It's
over.
bro, like, you gotta push that ball down.
Hold on,
At the end
because-
of the day, it's gonna go down, and you gotta push that shit back.
The last time I checked, the way you work out is by doing the same shit over and over.
Yeah,
That's how you get
100
muscles and shit. So
100 crunches, 100
yo,
push-ups.
that one punch man shit. That's what we doing, son. Well, I mean, that's the good thing about anime, though, right? There's an anime for every situation on this planet. I think that's like the beauty of it, right? Like, if you play tennis, there's a tennis anime, right? If you,
That is the volleyball one.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That one's popular.
Sometimes it just be like really mundane shit, like
Bro.
like a mailman anime.
Bro, there's definitely like,
just,
yeah.
sending envelopes into bins and shit.
fucking,
Like,
if
there's
you-
a chef anime.
You know what I didn't realize too is I took like this Asian class that we were watching movies, Asian movies, and a lot of like the great American filmmakers like really look to Asian
Oh, yeah.
filmmaking.
Yeah.
we were just talking about this. Like,
And I see it.
You know what's
like
a good
their
example?
storytelling skills and their creativity is so insane, and you see how our films are behind, but also are influenced
Oh, yeah.
by
Oh,
it.
yeah, dude.
It's just it doesn't. People are like, I don't want to read,
no, you're absolutely spot. Like
and you're like, you're missing a whole genre that's like
a lot of
breaking
texture, bro. Like
a lot.
like this mad. They do so much with so little. Like a good example is I just saw Godzilla -1, and like that shit. Is one of the best movies this year. Like
Yup.
period. But like I always say, when I watch a good movie that has like the right amount of exposition, the right amount of like building, and then like a perfect climax, it's like, yo, good old fashioned movie. Like, they don't make them shits like that
No, they
anymore. Like,
don't.
the movies that are coming out now, but like you watch like films,
Yeah.
like especially Japanese film, it's like, oh nah,
It's the blueprint.
Yeah.
this is like literally with a ruler. Like you draw this
Yeah.
line with a ruler, son.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
And like Korean telenovelas, I am
Oh,
addicted
yeah.
to them. I saw one called something Death Something on Amazon Prime. It's
Something
free.
Death Something. I
Death,
check
no,
out.
just Death Something. I don't
Ash
remember.
is on
I don't
there.
remember
Ash
what
is
it
on
was.
there.
Yeah.
But it's basically this guy unalives himself and is given 12 chances to, or 12 lives to avoid death, so he avoids hell.
Beast.
And it's crazy how they
That's a
outline
fair deal, bro. I'll take that deal any
like how everyone is all interconnected in like a weird way, and it all like the ending was a little
Yeah.
like you know, like a buttoned up ending, but either way, like the first half of the season is like in like his first person I think he comes back as is like an assassin or something like that like portrays his boss, and now he has to run away. Like, and then he comes back as a baby at one point,
Bro, if I come back as a baby, it's a wrap for everything.
but the baby was getting abused.
Wow.
But such a fascinating angle to Paulie Mars. That's
Yeah,
very
right.
cool.
See, this is what we're here for, the nuggets.
Yeah, the little
nuggets.
smart nuggets.
The little Jenny Sequoias.
So last thing, Paulie.
Okay.
I need you to look into this camera and tell people where to follow you. How they can reach you. Because there's
My social security number is 55. No, you can follow me at Paulie Mars on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
nice.
PAULIEMAR.
You can do this because it's gonna come up on the screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
don't be
Fix it
dumb.
in post.
Don't be dumb. Don't be dirty.
Don't be a dirt neck. And follow me.
Yo, Paulie, thank you so much for coming through
Thank you.
and spending some time with us and like helping us kick this. New season off.
Y'all, they put me on book. I'm kidding. I put myself on books, but my ass.
Yo! No way, man.
See?
It's because you sink and you
Look at the metaphor.
stumpy.
Your foundation is literature. That's what it is.
This is great, man.
That's the
You
that's
know?
the metaphor.
Thank you for having me.
Yo, this is the smartest guys in the room. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at the smartest pod. POD. Thank you again. I'm Jeff.
Big Just, don't be shy. We
Yeah.
regular people, just holla at us.
Yeah, hit us
Oscar,
up.
good luck on that BBL, babe.
Yeah, Oscar
Word.
can't wait to see the finished results. But see y'all next episode, man. Thank you. Peace.
You know you could use the BBL Drizzy song because he's letting people.
Oh
he's
yeah,
letting,
it's like it's public domain already.
yeah, he's not copyright striking anyone. So you could like literally outro it. BBL Oscar.